this number, this is not my number. This is the student hub number. This is the number that they're using for classes to get into my class. If you want to get into my class, this is the number that you're using. But I have 3 classes, 3 CSEC maths classes that are going till next year, and 2 already filled. This is for the last class. So you WhatsApp this number. If you're not from Trinidad, well, you know Trinidad is +1868 before you WhatsApp the number, right? It's not my number. Only for registering. This is our CSEC maths classes. Only for registering for our CSEC maths classes, you can use this number 472-3952. WhatsApp them and they'll organize it. The class is 200. We come into these solutions. We have all CSEC, all CAPE classes. Some of you will be looking for CAPE Unit 1 classes, maths, everything CAPE, everything CSEC, organize yourself. But my classes are about to be filled. So if you want to get into that quickly, that is the number. WhatsApp this number, +1-868-472-3952. WhatsApp that number. We have a lot of messages coming in, so it might take a little while. It might take a day or so, but the admin will get here and give you the whole rundown, pass it through the registration process. What do you think about the exam? Multiple choices, easy. So the exam was madness. Stress it paper 2. Sir, at Math Marathon soon. Good afternoon, all. We seen the usual names. I'll take a screenshot and let everybody know we come. Yeah. I'll watch that comment up on the screen now. Watch that comment up on the screen there. All here. Wait, I really need a haircut, boy. I can't believe I'm doing this in this state. Look at my condition. Anyhow, paper 2 was sweet, says Samir Bihari. What do you think about Samir? Now, a lot of people message and say it was real nice. So you're all going to get to see me unveil the questions here. This is the exam. I think it's finished in all territories. So that's why I waited a little while. So before I started, based on off of what students tell me, I'm going to do the exam here based off of that. If there's 1 or 2 numbers off, y'all will let me know. But I think everything should be on point. Because we have the student hub has a very large network. We outside. Okay, so the first question is bun and cheese. Let's see. First question is easy man thing. They say using a calculator. So we can use the calculator. You see the screen up there. Like I'm wasting time doing this question, but I want to do all the questions. 7 plus 2 over 3 plus minus 1 and 5/7. I'll get this answer. That I have here. 11 over 21. So this first one, 11 over 21. Let me move this off of the screen for now. So let's take down this number. This is the access the student hub. I just have a black background, right? 11 over 21. Everybody get that. If you didn't get that 1 mark or whatever mark, that was 2 marks. I don't know what to say. You start off on a red rocky. When Megan started, she paid 85 each week. After a 6-month probationary period, her pay increased by 20%. Usual thing. How much was she paid each week after the increase? What making that noise, boy? All you don't message me now. Almost students and thinking my ease up right now. And they're alive. So how we doing that part B there, boy? How we doing that part B? How much was she paid each week after? That's now I need to check over my work. I do this properly. I need to calculate 1 and 4/7 plus 2 over 3 minus 1 and 5/7. Did I do the 1 and 4/7 properly? I'm gonna put this in brackets. Because somebody, did I do this properly? Let me just check. Yeah, what it was. It was divided. It was divided. Okay, this was divided. As I said, some of the questions reconstructed, you know. So don't get frightened. Don't get frightened. It was divided. It was divided. If it was divided, well, you know, we had to do the division first. 1 and 4/7. So it was divided for this question, divided by that. 9/14. Why isn't it chat if you get that? No, the division goes first. Okay, 9/14. So some people probably panicked just now. Y'all, it was divided. Hey, I'll stop WhatsApping me now, my students. I'm gonna mute this thing. All right, sorry for taking so long to get going, but here we are. When Megan start, you could take a screenshot, post it on Instagram, let people know we're doing this. We actually doing the paper. Excuse me. When Megan, that's not COVID. That's just my nose stuffy. When Megan started working, she was paid 85 each week. I was like, a pay increase by how much was she paying? Okay. So she got a 20% boost. So her new pay is 120%. So like 120% of 85. How much is that? How much is this? Calculator for them thing, 8.5 multiplied by 12. Finally, again, me the answers in the chat fast enough. What happened? Let's still days though. What? $102. Why isn't the chat if you get 102 for this? Count their marks and count your marks going up on our share to tally your marks at the end of the stream. In 1965, the population of a country was that population was this. Write the population in 3 significant figures. That's how they're doing this now. 3 significant figures, 1, 2, 3. So that's 3, 6, 6. And all the rest will turn into zeros. It's like an approximation. 2, 3 significant figures. Anybody get that? Why is any chat if you get that? Write the population in 1965 in standard form. When they mean standard form in this, they mean scientific notation. So this is 2.714 times 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. All right. If you get total marks so far, let me know. Determine the percentage increase. The percentage increase will be over this because that's the original. The increase would be the 3,663,900 minus 271,400. So they like to bring percentage increase in CXC. And you do that on your calculator and tell me what you're cooking with. Everybody's saying you got 35%. Was it exactly 35%? Let's see if it's exactly 35%. So 366. They did brain cooler. They did brain cooler. Or the video to make here. How could I leave that out? I hear time was an issue in this. Anybody had problems with time, like you knew what to do, but time was just an issue? %35. When you multiply by 100, you get 35%. Brain cooler, nothing, says Kisian. Brain cooler, nothing. Time, yes, me, everybody get SEO time. Wow, I just see somebody say they get SEO time, and that person who get SEO time merit in last year exam. So maybe time was really a SEO. A couple of people tell me they didn't finish the whole of section 2, or the whole of the next section get leave out. So I don't know what was in this section that make time eat up. So the ratio of teachers to male students to female students in a school is this. If the total number of students in the school is that, determine the number of teachers in the school. So this is ratio. Find for one, number of male to female students, teachers, male, female students, this part here, right? So total number of students is 630. So therefore 630 means 17 plus 18 parts. 17 plus 18 parts is 35 parts, right? So 35 parts is equal to 630 people, 630 personnel. So one part is 630 over 35. And how many teachers we have? 3 parts. 3 teachers would be the 630 over the 35 multiplied by 3. Where you get with that number? 630 over 35 multiplied by 3. So far, everything going good? 54. 54 teachers. And 9 marks. So if I need to rate question 1 based on what usually comes in a CSEC maths exam, this is easier and quicker. So I don't know if this is not the part that eats up your time. This is easier and quicker than what normally in a CSEC maths exam paper 1, question 1 so far. So far, so good. No, nothing to complain about so far. And this is the first time I'm doing the question. I mean, the questions just, touched on. We just piece together everything. The 2 quantities n and t are related as follows. Find the value of n when t is 49. Now, when you have the square root of a number like the square root of 64, square root of 64 is 8 or negative 8, because plus or minus. But the square root, when you write square root like this and you don't put the plus or minus, it is generally understood that you're thinking only the positive answer. So if you put n is equal to the square root of 49 is equal to 7, and they should give you a full 1 mark. And some of you all will be at election, put n is equal to 7 or negative 7, they should still give you a 1 mark. Because the square negative 7 times negative 7 you still get the answer. You understand? I would put both. Me, I will put both if it was me. But this symbol means, generally speaking, just the positive version of the square root. If you want both versions, you put the plus or minus. I know a lot of maths teachers strain at this and like, they mean plus or minus, and there's a lot of quarrel behind that. But generally, this symbol just indicates the positive version. Okay, make t the subject of the formula. N is equal to the square root of t. Square both sides. N squared is equal to the square root of t to b squared, which will melt down the square root. So t is equal to n squared. That was just so far real easy, enough, people. So far real easy. Let me keep going. Okay. All you need to watch for the rest of this exam season, please do not be in the exam room or anything sending me questions. I don't recall getting any questions. CXC Spy, I don't recall getting any questions while the exam was going on. But people immediately when they come out of the exam seem to send me questions. I mean, all they want is all your own Instagram and thing, and I's not no snitch, you understand? But what happened, as I said, people in Trinidad, when you finish write your exam, people in Belize and things still writing exam, people in Jamaica still writing the exam. So if you're writing things on my wall, there could be some overlap, especially in short exams like our exams and things. With the wise is sufficient. I'm not going in no trouble for nobody. Ali is X years. Jim is 5 years older than Ali. Chris and his twice. Whoa. Write an expression in terms of X for Jim's age and Chris' age. All right, yeah, the free marks. We was doing some of this last night, you know. I don't know if Ali remember this. Ali is X. Jim is 5 years. X plus 5. And Chris is twice as old as Ali. 2x. So far, so good again. Nothing hard. Chris is twice as old as Ali, right? Chris is twice as old as Ali, who's X. Right? I don't find anything bad there. In 2 years' time, the product of Ali's age and Chris' age will be the same as the square of Jim's present age. What do you mean by present age? How much is Jim's age? Jim is 5. Jim's present age Oh, just taking some thinking. Just taking some thinking. Let me just. Oh, so yeah, it's a show that question so we know whether we get it wrong or fast, or wrong or right. You have the answer in front of you, so you just need to prove this. So okay, Ali was X. Jim was, I forgot, X plus 5. Chris was 2X. In 2 years' time, so 2 years' time, so it means 2 years down the road, everybody get 2 years more. Well, not Jim present age. So in 2 years' time, this will be plus. You do this on a clean piece of paper. Right, I hope you're seeing this. I don't want to make it too difficult. So just looking straightforward. Anybody get this looking like a question a lot of people get problems with, because I remember a lot of people complained about this question. So this is 2 years down the road. 2 years down the road, Ali is going to be X plus 2. Jim, we don't need to worry about Jim, but I'll put it. And Chris will be an additional 2 years. What's the question? In 2 years' time, the product of Ali and Chris will be the same as the square of Jim's present age. So we just need to write that. The product of Ali and Chris, are they with me? Are you with me? The product of these two ages, 2 years down the road, so X plus 2 by 2X plus 2 is equal to the square of Jim's present. So this is the present. So hopefully this is what they want. X plus 5 to be squared. Why isn't it chat if you do some kind of setup like this? Why isn't it chat if you do some kind of setup like this? So this is the setup. The product of Ali and Chris age 2 years down the road is equal to the square of Jim's present age. You do that, you get a mark. I will give you a mark. Okay, well, let me work it out and see if we're going down the right road. Follow the FOIL expansion by expanding this, we will get 2x squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 4 is equal to x squared plus 2 by x by 5, 10x plus 25. And I guess you could just ratchet and put the next line one time. You could just ratchet and put the next line one time. You bring it across. So if I subtract, what I'm trying to prove, x squared minus 4x minus. So let me write out the whole thing. So I get 2x squared minus x squared. Then this 2x and 4x will be 6x minus 10x. Understand? This 10x come across. Plus 4 minus 25 is equal to 0. And if we simplify this, we get the answer. Anybody got this out? Let me see the ratio of people who get this out. So this is going to be x squared minus, because 6 minus 10 is negative 4, minus 21 equals 0. And then you write QED, or you write just proper or whatever. Yeah, so that's it. Now, even if you didn't get it out, you could still do the calculate Ali's present age, you know. You could still do that, because you could work out this quadratic, get the value of x, substitute it. Ali's present age is just x. So even if you didn't get this part, you're still supposed to try this part. And in math, you always need to look out for questions that you could still try. Even if you didn't get the first part. There's a way in maths, add maths, for those of you who have add maths, you watch the first part of the question and like it beat you up so much you didn't check that the second part of the question could still do even if you didn't figure it out. So you just need to solve the quadratic. You have x squared minus 4x, what is it? Plus 21 equals 0. Was it plus 21 or minus 21? Minus 21. So we should realize that is 7 and 3. Well, negative 7, positive 3. negative 7x plus 3x. Now when you into how to solve a quadratic, you could look that up. X into x minus 7, negative 3. Hold up. Positive 3. So equals 0. So x plus 3, x minus 7. Now we're going to have a problem here that we normally encounter. So it's either x plus 3 equals 0 and x is equal to negative 3. This is an invalid answer. Ali can be negative 3 years old. Or x, and I've seen a lot of 7s in the chat, so that's good. So therefore, Ali is 7 years old. Stamp that with Cohen proof day. I hope I knew something dastardly wrong. All right, that looking good. So that's the first problem. And I guess this could eat up your time thinking about how to solve it. Another 9 marks there. That's 5 marks gone for some people. 3 marks maybe, if you realize that I could have still do part 2 without part 3. X is her present age, yeah. So cool. Ryan, what's going on with you, right? Okay, let me go on to question 3. Didn't get a construction. The diagram below shows the triangle PQR. All right, so there's 3 marks here. The size of angle PRQ, this angle. Well, if this is 90 and this is 62, I mean, you was doing stuff like this just last night. Therefore, PRQ would be 180 minus 90 plus 62. Or you can just say 90 minus 62. And you will get what? 28. Altogether. What's the size of angle? 28 degrees. Why we are getting no answers? Are they still? Hey, that question going on there. Why I leave it as 7? Because this x here represents Ali's present age. I don't need to subtract no 2 from this. Somebody overthink it, boy. Oof. So you take away 2 from the 7. You just get the correct answer and you delete the mark back afterwards. In 2 years' time, yeah. But the x come from the first scenario. So 28 degrees. The length of the side RQ. I have a few ways you can do that, but I would use the known stuff. So RQ, what this would be? This would be the opposite. This is the hypotenuse. So I will use sine. So the sine of 62 degrees must be equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. And the hypotenuse in this case, well, I could write it out, the formula, is the opposite is the RQ that we're trying to find. And this is 11. Sine of 62 is something. So RQ is 11 by the sine of 62, which is what? I see 9.7. Sine of 62. Make sure you calculate that, not in radians. 9.71 equals 9.71 centimeters. Like go on. Yeah, to keep trotting. So anybody in Form 4, keep trotting through these exams, right? So don't catch gaze in a question too long because time was at issue this year. The diagram below shows 3 triangles, X, Y, and Z on a square grid. X, Y, Z. Okay, so some kind of transformation, something. Triangle X is mapped onto triangle Y by reflection. Say the equation of the mirror line. What kind of easy thing is that, right? So it's the x-axis, but if you put x-axis, you get it wrong. You need to say the equation of the mirror line. You need to say y is equal to 0. That's the equation of the x-axis. So I feel some marks probably lost with a little trick there. X is mapped onto triangle Y in the line y is equal to 0. Anybody get that? Describe fully the transformation with maps triangle X onto triangle Z. X all the way to Z. Oh boy. Oh boy. What this could be, boy? Can this be a rotation? Yeah, this could be a rotation. We talked about this already, you know. This could be a rotation. This can indeed be a rotation. But all right, so how you would describe that? So I would describe it when you're dealing with rotation, you have to say 4 things. So the answer for this is y is equal to 0. When you're dealing with rotation, you have to say 4 things. You have to say it's a rotation. You have to say the center. The center of rotation in most of the CSEC question is the origin. So a rotation about the origin. You have to say the direction. I would go with anti-clockwise. And you have to say the angle, 90 degrees. So a 90 degrees rotation clockwise. So there's only one other possible answer. You say rotation. You could come up with other things that will just be really ridiculous. Like maybe you do a rotation right there and then you slide it down. Well, who going through all of that? Center of rotation is rotation about origin. And you write clockwise, but if you want to write clockwise, you have to write 270 degrees. So that's the 2 things you could have worked with there. All right, close off the chat, press like on the stream so you could get more people jumping in. A lot of people wouldn't get the notification. That's how YouTube is work. So when you press like, you get to see it. I mean, if your eyes had to take this, then my eyes had to take it too. And the diagram on page 10, I guess that's page 10, translate triangle Y using the vectors -7, 1, label the image V. Okay. Let me just get this again. -7, 1, triangle Y. So the vector is -7, 1. So there's a translation vector. So it means it's going to go back. This is how much it's going in the X. It's going to go back this way, 7. It's going to go up 1. So go back 7. Let's do each point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And go up 1. So it will end up there. Boom. Bang. So I send this 0.7, go up 1. And bim. All you get that? Why isn't it chat if you get that? If you get a triangle looking something like this. If the screen blurry, you need to raise the setting on your side. So you need this coming across 1080p. And label it V. Label it V, I think this is. And the diagram on page 10, enlarge triangle. So all these drawings take up time. As a math teacher, I know when you put drawings, it's just eating the students' time. So sometimes, like as a math teacher, you could do this really quick. But students with a ruler and thing and this and that and perfecting it and exam and you're sweating it take up time. So I could understand how sometimes loss on this. Enlarge triangle, X about the center, 0, 0, scale factor, half. We do some of this very recently on this channel. Triangle X. So you want to enlarge this. So I'm going to put some guidelines. I'll make the guidelines green. Yeah, see, you're going from the center of rotation. And if you don't really need to put the guidelines, right? But I just put it for kicks. And yeah, a half. So the distance from here to here to here, the next point is going to come down to a half. So there's going to be a point here. There's going to be a point here because there's like halfway between, and then there's going to be a point there. And I over explaining each topic, right? Because I want to finish. So this is, I want you to label this one. Anybody got that? Label this one W. So there's W hiding out there. So how much marks are you lose so far? Write in the chat how much marks you lose so far. And that was the end of that. So this question was longer than usual. Question 3 was longer than usual by some time, but it was easy. It was still easy. I would rate it as easy. Anything was hard? Not really. It was easy. We lost 1 or 2 marks there. The diagram below shows 2 lines. They love this way. L and L2. The equation on the line is that the line L2 passes through the point 0, -5 and is perpendicular to L1. Express the equation of the line L1 in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, that's 3 marks. They just wanted to make y the subject of the formula then. I mean, some people would coordinate geometry. So this is the equation of the line L1, and they want us to put it in this form. So you have x plus 2y is equal to 10. 2y is equal to -x plus 10. Notice how I sneak the x in there. And then y is, everybody will get divided by 2 now. So -1/2 x plus 5. Understand? Because this is like it had a 1 there. So this is in the form y is equal to mx plus c, where m is -1/2 and c is 5. You know, I don't think I need to write this, right? Give me the 100 emoji in the chat if you got that out. That's 1 mark. I find a little iffy for 1 mark, but okay. State the gradient of the line L1. Fine. The gradient. Therefore, gradient is equal to -1/2. And that makes sense. It's going down, so it must be negative. We see some 100 emojis and we see some 4s. Somebody put 100 backwards. I miss it. 100 backwards. Hey, this chat is be so much kicks, yes. Hence, determine the equation of the line L2. So this is a little tricky. So but what do we know? Therefore, the gradient of L2, the L2's gradient must be equal to the negative reciprocal, because they're perpendicular, of L1. So if I have -1/2 for L1, L2 must be flip this around, change the sign, 2. So this is the gradient of line 2. And we know the gradient now is 2, and we know it passes through some point. I can't remember the point, and it was under the x-axis, and it was, I think, 0, -5 or something is what I was seeing in the corner of my negative. What? Is that real boss, boy? All right, so it passes through 0, -5. So now you want to use yeah. So if the video quality is looking low for you, you need to change the quality on your end, right? Now we want to use the gradient intercept form. So y minus y1 equal, or you could find the value of c, however you're accustomed doing this. So y minus -5 equal 2 into x minus 0. Hold on. You don't need to go through all of this. This is the y-intercept, and this is the gradient. You understand what I'm saying? You really need to go through all of this. I mean, you'll get the same thing now. You'll get y is equal to 2x minus 5. But once you have the gradient and the y-intercept, you could either say y is equal to mx plus c. And you know m is 2 and you know c is -5. So y is equal to 2x minus 5. Answers. Answers for run. That was easy. I would allow some people maybe struggle with this one, but that was easy. That wasn't hard. Well, you find out was hard, that was easy. It's normally be harder than that. Coordinate geometry. Given that f of x is equal to 1 or determine the value of this, value of that, value of that. So this is common. It's a little long. I've seen some longness involved here, but it's common. This question is still a little longer than usual, yes, but it probably a little easier than usual. Let me see. So f of 9 is 1/3 of 9 plus 4. So this is, so you just have to keep trotting. 3 plus 1/3 of 9 is 3. So this is equal to 7. So this one is 7. When you have these things like this, it means do the one that's closest first. Or you could go and find the whole composite function, but that's overdoing it. You can just do the g first and then do the f of the answer. So I can, let me throw you up in the corner there. So I can say like g of -3 is 3 by -3 over -3 plus 4. So this is -9 over plus 1. Where I get that 4 from, right? How I say 4, right, is 1 there, right? -3, g of -3, -2, which is the same as 9 over 2. And therefore, f of 9 over 2, you understand now? So whatever you get from the g, you need to, not highlight that too thick. Whatever you get from the g, you need to send it into the f. So whatever you get from the g goes into the f afterwards. So f of 9 and 2 f of 9 and 2 is equal to 1/3 of 9 and 2 plus 4. Yeah, I put the 9 and 2 in the f, right? So this to me is 3 over 2 plus 4, which is the same as 5.5. Excuse me. So 5.5. Everybody get that? Why is in the chat if you get that? Determine the value of that 5. Why they put 5 over 2? That else determine the value of x for which g of x is 5 over 2. So in other words, this read a little differently. Yeah. So this question eating up a little more time. So you want to put g of x as 5 over 2 and find out what x is. So therefore, 5 over 2 must be equal to the 3x and the x plus 1. Not that long enough. 5 over x plus 1, and then 6x, because we cross multiply, right? And I get 5x plus 5 is equal to 6x. So if you bring across the 5x on the other side, you'll see that x is equal to 5. Why isn't it chatted for together? Because 6x minus 5x is 1x, so x is equal to 5. I can bring it across the next way. 9 marks. So this rated in terms of hardness, normal, probably normal overall. This was a little monotonous here, a little tricky, but it's a little longer than usual. So not so bad, normal so far. Number 5, 100 students, we now reach halfway. 100 students were surveyed on the amount of money they spent on the data for their cell phones during a week, blah, 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 blah. Ooh, statistics. Using the table, determine the modal class of the amount of money spent. The modal class, right? So you're not going to put 95 as the answer. The modal class is 90 to 100. That's the modal class of amount of money spent, not 95. Okay, calculate an estimate of the mean amount of money spent, giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Damn. This will be a little traumatic. So you have to calculate the mean and estimate using the estimate method. So calculating the mean using the estimate method. They already produced the midpoint for you, so they're giving you a little clue there. Wait, I make a mistake. This is midpoint. Ooh, was getting a mark wrong there, but I catch myself. What was the modal class? The modal class was this. 70 x thing. Boop. Let me see if any of my people message me. If I make a mistake here, one of my people can message me. Hey, it's not so. All right, I get it. Didn't catch it yet. So 70. Y'all understand why it's not this, right? Wow, I was going on the dark road there, but it had to be this is the modal class because this is the number of students who spend this amount of money. So the highest frequency is here. So this is the modal class. Correction. Strike that from the record, from the Hansard. Calculate and estimate on the mean. So the mean, how the mean works is that you need fx, and I have a video on this. Meaning you need to multiply the number by the midpoint, because the estimate you're doing, you're multiplying. I do this even in my lower school class. I wonder if any lower school students here watching this. So this is be calculator time. This is be 385. 11 times 65. Well, you double check this with me. 715. The reason you're doing this is like you're finding how much each class contribute now, but you're using the midpoint kind of like an estimate. 31 times 75. Now, if anyone used to reside in my YouTube videos, they would have seen this a couple times. Well, let's see. I know it. So far, nothing was new. I can tell you that. Not a thing was new. Any parent watching this, nothing come new so far. Nothing come new so far. So if they tell you it was new, nothing come new. I say so. 2465. 22 times 95. Mine done yet. 2090. How about multiply them thing correct? I was talking. Add up all of that and divide by. So where you have here is normally the sum of fx. You understand? You understand? You understand? The sum of fx is equal to the sum of all of that. And then the mean is the sum of all of that. That symbol means sigma sum. The symbol is called sigma, which stands for like sum, divided by the sum of all the frequencies, boy. I think so. We go the grace of God day. So the sum of all the frequencies, 7 plus 11 plus 31 plus 29 plus 22. I know some people probably divide by 5. They probably tell us it was 100 earlier on in the question, but whatever. Add up all of this and tell me what you get now, because I'm not in the mood today. 7980. Yeah, 7980. 79.8, something meanish. That something meanish to me. 7980 divided by 100 is equal to 79.8. You write it in a dollars format. Rate out of 10 how much you understand this question. You get this out? Oh yes. So what you can do is take a screenshot of this, post it on your social media. Feel free to tag me. My name on Instagram is @KevinSpringer. So people could come and jump in and enjoy themselves, man. Enjoy exam cool down, man. Calculate an estimate of the mean amount of money spent given you that. We do that already. Damien reports that the median amount spent is way. Briefly explain why Damien's report could be correct. Jeez and ages. What he say? The median amount of money spent is 84. So we need to explain why he could be correct. Well, briefly explain. How are you going to briefly explain that? Well, the middle value falls in the, let's see which one. 7 and 11 is 18. So we have 18 so far. Add on this, how much are we going to get? Add on the 31. 18 and 31 is 49. So we're on 49 so far after this, going down the road here. You understand? When you're doing median, it's kind of cross out from this side and cross out from that side going down. So on 49, but when we're coming down this side, we cross 49 already. We're going to actually hit 51 or some kind of thing. 29 plus 22. 51. So the middle is not, the middle value falls in the 80 to 90 interval. there are 50 students before and 50 after, or you could say it like the 100 plus 1 over 2. This is what we use to find Q2 or the median sometimes. Student lies in the 80 to any of this I take in as a math teacher. It should I understand how we estimate this mean thing. So that's one way how we can show that my boy is correct. I take in it's a 1 mark question, so nothing too there's nothing too fantastic you're coming out with it. Damian, you're correct. The two-way, another longish question. The two-way contingency table below gives information on the mode of transportation to the school for 100 students. Complete the table by inserting missing values. The student is like this is not long. This question, average time. Number 5, average time. Average time. Because sometimes number 5 it have cumulative frequency and thing which takes time more. So number 5 was easier than usual and average time. So we kind of coming back to like we are normal so far. We kind of normal so far. I don't understand. Maybe even we easier than usual so far. I would say as a math teacher, right? 48. What is this? What is this? Total boys, total and all. Okay, so it's a kind of Sudoku we playing here. 14 and 15 is 29. And what are we looking at, boy? Are we looking at 19 or something? 29 and 19 is 8. Yeah, boy. 19, boy. So 19 going in there. I guess this is the total. So this must be really playing Sudoku here, boy. 52. This is the total of all of them here. So that had to be 52. Then you find the middle, you're missing one here. It's kind of crossword puzzle for Lindy Blank. 18 and 26. I mean, all you was using all your calculator for this, right? 44. So we expect what? 8? 8 all you get for that? Tell me if I'm making any mistakes. Arithmetic and thing. 23. 40, 63, so what is this? 37? 37 song ain't good? That song ain't good. How much marks they give you for that little game? This was a little game in the middle of your exam here, but this was fun. This was actually fun. That's a brain cooler moment there. So 2 marks for that. Double check it, make sure you do nothing silly. A student is selected at random. I would love if I could get back my values though. Or hard I work for them values, but you can pay it back in there, please. Thank you. A student is selected at random. What is the probability that he or she was being driven to school on that day? Easy. So as the probability that you get driven is 40 out of 100. You can write probability as a fraction. You can write all the whole thing. So the probability being driven is the desired outcome, a number of desired outcomes over the total number of outcomes. So this is equal to 40 over 100. Total number of outcomes is 100. 40 get driven. So this is 2 over 5 or 40%. You could write probability as a fraction, decimal, or percentage. One of the girls is selected at random. What is the probability that she did not cycle to school? Probability that you did not cycle to school. One of the girls selected at random. So given that you already select a girl, so this is a given that kind of probability. You don't need to get too deep into it. You don't need to get at maths deep level. You just need to think about it and do it. I never really studied probability like at maths deep level for CXC. So you just need to think of it like, what is the probability that she did not cycle to school? So given that a girl is already picked, so you're already in the 52 bracket, what is the chances if you already picked a girl that she did not cycle? You understand what I'm saying? So you're not you can do 100 anymore, you can do 52. So did not cycle. Okay, that's how we're doing it now. Again, some weird notifications here, but probability did not cycle is the 8 plus 26. 8 plus 26 is how much? 34. Because you need to add up who didn't cycle, right? Is it 34 out of 52? Yes, it is. Break down that. $17 out of 26. The probability that she did not cycle. 8 plus 36, 26. It's 34 out of 52. So this is 17 out of 26, or 65.4%. Why isn't it trying to get this one correct? This one you could have easily get this one wrong. I had a little trick here and there. Some people asking for the percentage breakdown. Percentage breakdown for paper 2 for the exam. Your SBA or paper 3, for those of you all who did that, SBA or paper 3 doing that is 20%. The paper 1, the multiple choice is 30%. Paper 2, 50%. That's what we're doing right now, paper 2, right? Question 6. This is the question that take real time. So this is the question that I hear complaints about from very early. I feel like I hear complaints about this from yesterday. Most people didn't like this. But I always warning on the channel, somebody in the Caribbean Examination Council love these questions with thickness. And so if you're in Form 4, if you're going to do exam next year, they love these questions. They love it. It have no way around it. Paper 3, these questions in paper 3 as well. Farmer Brown makes troughs to feed his farm animals using wood 5 centimeter thick, as shown in the diagram below. The troughs are rectangular based, open at the top, and have external dimensions. They didn't really state anything about the bottom of the trough. What's going on with the bottom of the trough? Is it that the bottom of the trough have thickness too? Don't like to be hearing these noises when I is a man out here doing my thing. It's me here. All right, anybody who know any student is, if I just suddenly leave the life, call the police. Call the police. Anyhow, so yeah, we don't know. I didn't answer this question properly. I seen people say I leave out this Farmer Brown could carry herself with the trough. I spend so much time on this, I get fed up. So they never say anything about the bottom having thickness. Sorry, yeah, but Farmer, you're on your own. I got a headache doing this question, so definitely this was a problem question. This is the question I waste all the time. So I'm not seeing anything about the bottom. I don't know if that will come into play later on. I don't like when they don't be clear, when they leave you to assume stuff. Maybe, all right, so it will show that. So you could know whether you're going correct. Show by calculation that the internal capacity volume of the trough is. So I will calculate it without the bottom having a thickness for now. Like if it's just a trough like this and it's flat on the bottom. And if I get the wrong answer, I will give the bottom a thickness. All right. So like calculate it without the thickness on the bottom of the trough. So internal. Now, when you're thinking internal, you don't just minus 5 from this, minus 5 from this, minus 5 from this, and get the internal. You need to be clear with what you're doing. You need to be clear with what you're doing. So the internal here, from that side to that side, is 190 here. This one will actually be 180. You know why it's 180? 5 gone there, and the next 5 gone there. Similarly, the internal on this spot up here from there to there, understand? You take off 10 too, so this will be 290. And multiply all of them things and see if you get it. That's it. Show by calculation, because if not, we'll have to take off 5 from this too. If we don't get it, we take off 5. So let me just, so in the exam, I would multiply and see. That's how I'd know now. So 180 multiplied by 290. You there hotting up my head. 180 multiplied by 290 multiplied by 160. It not gave me the answer. So it means I need to take off. There's a thickness here. There's a piece of thickness here as well on the bottom. Earlier. Yeah, so yeah, we had to take off that 5. So there is a base. There is a base on the trough. Wasn't stated, but because they show that, we could assume now that there's a base. So this height now is 155. Let me try the multiplication again. And I get exactly this. Oh gosh. And so internal capacity. Now, because this is 3 marks, I'll be a little extra. I'll show them how I get the 180, the 290 and this, right? I'll show them how I get it. I will say I'll write for the working for this. I would probably write something like internal height. The internal height is 160 minus 5. Now, notice it didn't take away 10 from this one, just the little bottom piece, 5, which is 155. The internal, what you can call this one? You can call that width is 190 minus 10 is 180. Internal length. You understand what I'm saying here? 300 minus 10. Why isn't that if you understand? You got this. Therefore, internal capacity or volume is equal to 290 times 180 times 155, which is the same as that. If the live showing blurry, you need to increase the setting on your side. The live is coming across crystal. Calculate the volume of the wood needed to make a trough. Damn. Instead of trying to work out the volume and the pieces and all kind of thing, just find the volume of the whole big box and minus. I find it giving away real marks for this boy. This question is a time-wasting question, but it's actually easy and finishing fast enough. You getting 3 whole junk and marks for a piece of quick working. Watch how fast I work out that. And the next 3 junk of marks for a next quick working. So this exam on the easier side so far. Just saying it on the easier side so far. Let me see if the last part had any more tricks in it. So the volume of wood is going to be the full volume minus internal, whatever you spell internal capacity. So the full volume is 160 by 190 by 300, and you're subtracting this number here. Again, 8091000. Calculator time. Come here, boy. So 160 times 190 times 300 minus answer. Why am I getting such a big number? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Such a big number. 160, 190. Oh, shucks. 160, 190, 300. 160, 190, 300 minus internal capacity. I just now see this easy, so I'm supposed to just get right real fast, right? So the full volume is 160 by 190 by 300, and I'm subtracting this number here, which is the internal capacity. It's just my calculator clung in me right now. So 8091000. Okay, them telling me that is 1029000. I find that kind of big boy. In the calculator we trust. Anybody else get that? You get 9. Okay. If it is what it is. It's not drawn to scale. Still find that sauce, boy. Kinda. So much wood, boy. All that wood, boy. Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Farmer rock must be in the internal surface of the trough. Good. Okay, that's going to take some time. This part actually longer. Given that 1 gallon of paint given that 1 gallon of paint covers approximately, what's that number? 280,000 centimeters square. So determine the total amount of paint. All right, this one taking some time. This is a time missing question. I mean, easy, but taking some time. We need to get, so you need to visualize the internal parts of the box, right? I just kind of breaking it apart. So there's this face, and then there's this face. And you have two of them because you have the front and back, and you have the side to side. So I'm not going to put the front and back. And then you have the bases. You have the bases, right? You put the bases down here. So we need the dimensions on these soldiers, them. Dimensions. Somebody. So this is 290. This is 155. Because remember, we're dealing with the internals again, right? The internals. This is 180. This is 155. Why people keep asking me why I'm minus 10? I explained that a while ago. So you just need to wait. When the live finishes, just go back to that point. I'm trying to get through the questions, right? A video will come up later on in the year where I'll go through the questions a little slow and one by one and that kind of thing. Okay, this is 290 here, and what is this? 180. And when we get this answer, we need to multiply this one by 2 to get the whole surface area. This question taking some time, and then we add in the base. Okay, so let's go. So area or surface area is equal to 2 times 290 by 155 plus another 2 times 180 by 155 plus the base 290 by 180. Why isn't the chat if all you feel are doing the correct thing here? Anybody? I make any mistakes? Let's see if ma. Right, are the all clear? Are the all clear? Nobody message me. And so that's the surface area. 2 of the faces this way, 2 of the faces that way, the base, and you get the surface area and you divide by the thing to get the gallons. What they ask for the number of gallons, we check back the question. Determine the total amount of paint in liters. Damn. For 3 marks, right? So you need to, after you get the gallons, you need to switch over to liters. Okay, fair, because they want to waste with time. Wasting with time out here. So this was a question you definitely needed to do last. All right, so 2 times, let's just calculate up all of this. The calculator had to be spitting here. This boy is spitting. 2 by 290 times 155 plus 2 by 180 plus 150, not plus. That'll be traumatic. Multiply by 155. I typing on this calculator slow, but I rusty. 290 times 180. So I'm getting the total surface area as 197 900 whatever squared. It was centimeters squared. So 1 gallon, or the other way around, 1 gallon does that. So 280 000. So therefore 197900 is going to be equal to 1 over 280,000 multiplied by 197,900. All these numbers getting me frustrated by 280,000. So this is 1979 over 280. I'll keep it as a fraction for now. Gallons. Are they going good? This is how much gallons used. It was a little less than 1 gallon because this is how much 1 gallon would cover. And you need less. This is surface area, so it's a little less than 1 gallon. You can divide this divided by that. This divided by that too. Okay, and now the number of liters. What's the conversion? 1 liter is 3.79. 3.79. So number of liters is going to be 1 liter. Is conversion in reverse. No, 1 gallon is 3.79 liters. The number of liters is 1979 over 2800 multiplied by 3.79, right? And what this is? Multiply by 3.79. And the answer is 2.68. 2.68 liters. Or 2.72. This is so 3 significant figures. Different significant figures with 2 point something. 2 point something. Big up yourself if you got that. Big up yourself if you got that. Right? Let me move forward. That was a time waster. That, like this question, take like 1/5 of the time this question would take. And both of them is the same amount of marks. Designed to torment you. This is a repeat. Kind of repeat thing is this way. How much time we gonna see this house by? Anybody do this house in a bass paper? Draw the figure 4. Dun, 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 nope. So that's why you're supposed to get something looking like that. My diagram of a little, skew and thing here and there. Ah, boy. You get a mark for that. Let me see. I can't believe they still get marks for them kind of thing. The number of lines L in each shape. They didn't give you a table. Right, yeah. Study pattern number of blah, 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 blah. Okay, so what we need to do for the things here, this, that, this, that, this, that. No tricks, right? No tricks. No tricks. Okay, so let's go. How much it going up by, boy? It's going up by, and I have a video on investigation for this that you can always check out. It's going up by 5. So it means there's 5n here. 5 by 1 is not 5. It's not 6. So you need to add 1. 5n plus 1. That's so you get some time to catch back up your speed here. This one is going up by 3. This one is 3n plus 2. 3n plus 2. Right, lovely. You understand? And now you could just backtrack. 5n, 5, 26. 3, 15 plus 2 is 17. This one is 66. So what you do in these cases, like say 66 is equal to 5n plus 1 and find out what n is. 66 minus 1 is equal to 5n. So in the end, you should get n is equal to 13. 13 by 3, 39 plus 2, 41. and you're good to go there. Why is it in the chat if you get this? A speed through it. There's a video on this, right? You can always watch that. Easy man thing, man. Easy man thing. Oh, they're giving you this little ticklish question here. Why just simplify the expression in terms of n for the difference? They're always doing this now, boy. The difference, D, between the number of lines and the perimeter of any figure. So D is equal to 5n plus 1 minus 3n plus 2. You're real doing this these days, boy, like making you play around with it when you're done. Like, come on, you got your food now, play with your food. This is equal to 5n minus 3n plus 1 minus 2. 2n minus 1. So D is equal to 2n minus 1. We can live with that. So D is equal to 2n minus 1. Okay, 2 marks. You get some, that was quick. You could do this one real quick. The longest thing would be to draw the diagram here. And it's not a crazy diagram, it's an easy thing. And they give grid lines and thing too. So yes, this first section, it's easier than how it normally comes by a little bit. It's longer than how much it normally comes, how it normally comes by a decent enough amount. So you could have lost some time in that section. Let's go on into this section now. So this is the second section, the harder section. I'm telling you, so based on my experience, that section one was easier than how it normally comes by a little bit, just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Normal maths paper. It definitely was not harder than usual maths paper for that first section. It was longer than usual. And time, when you're running out of time, crazy things is happening in the exam room, as you may know. Mala buys 2 types of mobile phones, B-Flow and C-Flex. Nobody could come up with names better than CSEC. From a company to retail. One B-Flow mobile phone costs $60. While one she buys X number of B-Flow phones, Y number of C-Flex phones. Mala must not spend more than, wait now, this is a linear programming. Wait, you know, long means a linear programming. Nobody tell me a linear programming question as in here. Gosh, then they give you a next question for part B. Oof, this question is a little longer than usual. Okay, so let's go. Mala must not spend more than that. So X is for B-Flow and Y is for C-Flex. So 60 times X plus 80 times Y must not be more than, must not spend more than. So she could spend it, but she can't spend more than. So put that equal sign a 1200. Max fee run. You can put a little dollar sign too to make the thing look good if you want. But I guess this is good. All numerals here is dollars. Right? The number of B-Flow phones must be greater than or equal to what? To the number of C-Flex phones. The number of B-Flow must be greater than or equal to the number of C-Flex. That's that. So we're going good so far. So far, so good. That's it. That was real fast, boy. That's all the inequalities. Okay, let me see if they're going on. What they're coming up with here. Represent the 2 inequalities. Label R as the region which satisfies both. So let's just identify the inequalities again. We have 60x plus 80y being less than or equal to 1200. And the number of wheels, that's 1. And we have the number twice. All right, so we have x greater than or equal to y. Why is it in chat if you're seeing this? You understand this? Now, you need to get the corresponding equations for both. So you want to get the corresponding equation for this. So this is like 60x plus 80y is equal to 1200. It's fair. It's okay for you to eradicate some these zeros, make the equation a little more simpler. You can do that if you want. Yeah, you can do that if you want. Bang, bang, bang. And divide everything by 2. You get 3x plus 4y is equal to 60. 3x plus 4y is equal to 60. This is the same equation as this, just saying. And it's a little easier to work with this in the future. And you also have this equation here, which I want to rewrite this equation with y in front. So I'll flip like this, right? For the future. Everybody good? Am I going good so far? Anybody have any complaints? Now, if you didn't simplify this or anything, it should be good. You could still work it out. This line is really the line y is equal to x that we want. So I would draw the line y is equal to x. To me, that is looking like I had to put some dots so this thing could catch it. That is looking like this line here. So this is the line y is equal to x. All along this line, y is equal to x, right? So this is the line y is equal to x. And I want this line. To get these lines quickly, I just substitute when x is 0. So like when x is 0, y would be 4, y is equal to 60, y is equal to 60 over 4. 60 divided by 4 is what? 16, 15? 15. 15. So this is 1 point there. And similarly, when y is 0, x will be equal to 60 divided by 3, which is 20. So it's going down to here. I didn't put it in, but so this is the other line there. This is the line. I could write it out, the big one. Rate out of 10, how much you understand this? Everybody good there? So this is called linear programming. They want you to shade the region that satisfies. Most likely it's always be underneath. So you want y to be always less than x. What's on y is always less than x. So that will only exist in this region here, under this line. Yeah, I'm watching this one, right? So good. And you also want all of this to always be less than 1200. So it mustn't come up over. It must always be under 1200. So the region that satisfies that one, I just showing you like what my mind thinking would be underneath this line. So now you want the region that satisfies both inequalities, and it's clear to see the region that satisfies both inequalities exists. So we normally cross hatch, but I just have a nice little highlighter here that I could use. Why isn't it chat if you get out? That was quick. That was quick and easy, but let me see how if the quadratic part going to take us longer. I find that was easy for linear programming. Oh, there's a little trick here. The total number, or not trick, but last piece, the total number of mobile phones is represented by x plus y. According to the graph, which is the largest possible value of x plus y, well, clearly we can see that the largest possible value would come. No, not clearly, nah. Let me check this vertex with this one. This one is 5, 6, 7, 8. No. That's not 8. I don't know what that is. That is why did they use this scale for why pain and sorrow, boy? That's 3/4 of the way between 5. 3/4 of the way between 5 and 10. Let me just presume like if this was 9 and 9, If this was 9 and 9, it would still only be 18, which is more than it really is. And this is 20. So the highest number of phones comparing the vertices is 20. Y occurs, and you could probably use your graph at point, you label your point D or whatever, where X is equal to 20 and Y is equal to 0. So yeah, so highest number is therefore the highest number is equal to 20. Cool. Highest number possible is 20. Anybody got that part out, or you left out that part? Or you put 17, or you add the 8.5 and the 8.5. Nah, this is not the highest number, you know. This is the highest number here. You always need to check all the vertices. Obviously, this one now, this is 0. This is 8.5 and 8.5. And this is 20 and 0. I could see people playing this one. That's a little tricky one there. You always need to check all the vertices. Most of the time, this is be the winning one for the profit equation or whatever. But sometimes this is win, and in this case, that one did win. Navindra, that wrong, boy. Oh, when you break down the thing, yeah, it doesn't matter what you have here. You know, that's your graph. I go on to the next part of the question. The table below shows the grade provided, plot the remaining 4 points and graph the function, and the graph of the function for that. Oh, geez and ages. I had enough graphs in this one earlier. They overdid 20 graphs. They could have eased you up. So I'm thinking that the remaining 4 points, let me just see if I could fit the whole graph in this. How the remaining 4 points will look. 0, -4. So boom. I'm expecting 0, -4. I'm expecting a point there, expecting a point there, and I'm expecting a point there. So the midpoint somewhere here, so it's gonna be somewhere there. So I'm just gonna plot it while and see what happens. I'm gonna wait to take too long on this. And Superman, that was real bad, boy. I hope I get a little straightness in this graph. Right, your graph should look something like that. People asking me if he's doing paper one. Well, they don't want to see my channel prosper out here. They want to see he said the lawyers and thing after me. You doing paper one? I can't do the paper one. I can't do the paper one. Right? So I don't have the paper one. I don't have it. So this is that. Wait, let me make sure we keep up their thing up to 3. Up to 3, right? Yeah, up to 3. So we stop there. So you're not even going to do no extra things there because they say up to 3. You don't want to lose marks weirdly. Write down the maximum or minimum value of the function. There's a kind of guesstimate, you know, but I would put it in my calculator just to be sure now. This is what you call securing the bag. So mode equation number 3, x squared is, well, coefficient is 1, 1, and -4. -1/2, which we saw. -17 and 4. What is that in decimal land? 4 and a quarter. -4.25. Were you supposed to calculate this? It's 1 mark. So you're supposed to use the graph. So based off of the graph, yeah, man, I can see that too. And I'm a calculator's backup. Based off of the graph, this point is the minimum point. We show about the -1/2. And I would put exactly what I see on my calculator, 4.25, 4.25. But you could kind of see it on the graph too, or I guess if you have 4.5 or 4.2 or 4.3, they can't give you that wrong, because negative 4.52, I would give a student it correct, because you're just plotting your graph. Some students might have had this dipping a little more awkwardly. I might quarrel with the student if they put negative 4.5, but I might still get them the mark. I don't know what CXC would do, but I wouldn't put negative 4. And negative 4, no, you get 0 for that. Yeah, take a whole as 0. It went under. It must go underneath. So negative 4.25, giving them, well, that's the correct answer actually. Using a ruler, draw the axis of symmetry. This wasn't too bad. Axis of symmetry will cut straight through the thing going up like this. Are we supposed to label it? I would label it just for kicks, because we want to be extra out here. I need to put dots so that my line will snap to the points. And this is the line x equal negative 1/2. Michelle, you sound like you get everything correct so far. I've seen some people sounding like they get everything. Anybody here feel like they lost just like less than 5 marks so far? Anybody? Why isn't it chat if you feel like you lost less than 5 marks so far? I mean, nothing in the exam so far is really tricky. It had some years that it was devastatingly tricky, you know. Whoa, this is a different style. What is this? A whole kite, yes? And what are these circles missing a piece and thing? All right, so let's see. In the diagram, blah 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 blah. The what they cut in all these circles now, that the new style, parallel, AC, everything is drawn, right? So determine each of the following: ECD, CEG, and CGF. Let's see the diagram up close and personal. That's good. Nice. First one you want to get is ECD. ECD is this angle here. ECD, right? How are we getting that one, boy? Easy thing. This is a transversal. Extension will save your life. Right? So this means that this angle and this angle are corresponding. So AEC is equal to ECD because they are corresponding. Because this is a transversal cutting a pair of parallel lines. So that angle must be 68. So ECD is equal to 68. Easy thing. It wasn't that bad. ECD is 68, blah, 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 blah. CEG, where's 68? Where's CEG is? Come out. It's here. CEG. Is this a tangent? Tangent. So this is 90. So CEG is equal to 90 minus 68. It's 22. 22 degrees, because this is a tangent, and tangent plus radii, tangent meets radii. Radius at 90 degrees, blah, 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 blah. All right, so that was easy. The circle geometry come easy. What the last one? CGF. CGF have a little working out to do. Like with CGF, we know that this is 22. We just need to find this little missing piece here. The reason why we want to find this piece is because we know cyclic quadrilateral opposite side add up to 180 degrees. So we're finding this little piece. We're going to find this little piece by saying that this part here must add up to 106. You know why we know this is 106? Because it's corresponding. So you have a lot of explaining to do in this part. So AEF, but it's still easy, is equal to well, I'm a math teacher, so I don't really like to say it easy, you know, seeing through a maths teacher lens. OGs and ages. So it's just 90 minus 106. 90 minus 106 is 16, because this is 90 anyway. So 90 from 106 is 16. So that's 16. So now this angle here, which is what we're trying to find, this angle, and this was 22 and this was 16, CGF must be equal to 180 minus 22 plus 16. Now you need to put all the reasons that I said. Everything that I say with the reasons there, put it into, you need to write it, but no time for that. Well, let me tell you something. All 1,430 of you all, I have all these solutions. I don't know if you didn't know this before the exam, I'm sorry, but you know it now. I have all these solutions to pass for the last 10 years of past papers on my website, www.cowinspringer.com. cowinspringer.com. And it like most of these solutions you find on other sites, it's just solution. I have these solutions better, more explained. And these same solutions, I'll probably post it on the website within an hour of finishing this stream. So it will be there. So you can just go and watch it and download it and watch it. I don't know why I'll go. Actually, don't go and watch it. But you can watch it for, if you're in Form 4, you can go and watch it, right? Form 4. And what number this is? 140 something, 22 and 838, 148, 142 degrees. So this is 142 degrees. All right. Could I lose some time, but I feel like you could have catch up the time. That bearings question looking traumatic. We nearly done. From A harbor HD bearing 115. They didn't write in the one. Complete the diagram above to show the information. So let me complete the diagram. All right. So H, Q, and R, two ships. So there's a ship here. There's actually a ship here, and there's a next ship down here. 09, right, and 151 respectively from H. So 151 degrees. Q is 175. I find to writing this a kind of weird to write it in. 240. So just them two pieces of information I was missing. What's next? This is an easy bearings question. It didn't look traumatic. I think it's an easy one. Let me see. Because you get the angle and thing real fast. Calculate QR, the distance between the two ships. Yeah, easy bearings question. Because they literally give you this, and you could see very quickly that you just subtract to get that, right? 151 minus 69. Somebody help me out here. What is this? 150, 1. Shutting down all this. 70, 14, 150, 151 minus 69, 82. 82. Yeah, 82. 82 degrees is this. Ollie, watch how straight this line is now. I didn't use a ruler or anything. That was every now and then I get some really straight lines, but all right. So 82 degrees, 82 degrees. And now I use the cosine rule. Let me. I can write in my own stuff in red here, like so. I could be like, this is A, this is A. This is B, this side is B, this side is C. So the cosine rule says that A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos of capital A. I think this is the way it's written in the formula sheet. So I write in my own variables just to show what is what. And then you solve with the grace of God, man. So A is what we're trying to find, QR squared. Hey, last night when I was doing this, I remember the square root. Anybody else hit me last night when I was doing something like this? I think I could get the correct answer anyway. I think Ollie had given me the answer. So if I didn't square it, Ollie, plus 242 squared minus 2 by 175 by 242 cos of A. Congratulations if you're going good. Oh, I did. Thanks, Michelle. So cos of A. What is A by the way? So this was a really straightforward one. A is 82. So you could put this whole thing in your calculator and just get what QR squared should be. And that's what I am going to do. So 175 squared plus 242 squared minus 2 by 175 by 242 by cos of 82. Calculate any right thing. So this is 77401.03835. So QR is going to be the square root of 77401.03835. The square root of answer. That's what I'll put. Wait, did it? That correct? Let me know if I'm getting that same thing. I'm getting QR is being the positive equation, right? So 278.2. Yeah, I could roll with that. 278.2 kilometers. Why isn't it chatting for you? Somebody said they use Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem is only for right angle triangles. Who tell you this is a right angle triangle? We use Pythagoras theorem, you get close to the answer because this is 82, but it'll still be wrong. It will still be wrong. What next? Some angle yet again, some bearing. Calculate how far due south. This is tougher than it looks. Calculate how far due south is ship R of the harbor H. So what they're asking you to find, I think it's easy, but just to figure out what they're asking you to find can be a little challenging. They're actually asking you to find this line here. How much due south? How far due south is that? So they're asking they want you to realize that you need to create a little triangle here and find this side of the triangle. You already know that this is 82. So you could figure out what this is because it's a straight line. And if you know one side, I'll just know I'm just trying to get somebody to incite something. Yeah, people. Sorry about that. Hopefully I wasn't talking in class when I was talking to the other teacher. All right. So we need to find, what are we trying to find again? Okay, I'm sure everybody's starting to see. I'm sure everybody's starting to see what to do here. 180 minus 82 plus 69. What is this angle here? So once you get an angle and you have this side, you could find this length using, what you can use cosine. So the cosine of the angle that you find must be equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And the adjacent is how much due south, which is what we're trying to find. So the adjacent, the hypotenuse is 242. And the cosine of is then people who always like that easy, and everybody else will miss it like, oh, I'm to them by minus 82 plus 29. So this angle is 29. Not looking too 29-ish, you know, because they cheat on this 82 and make this 82 look bigger than this 69. 29 degrees. So 29. So adjacent is 242. You know, it's cos because we sine, not cos. Why people saying sine, not cos? Cos using adjacent and hypotenuse. 242 cos of who's saying that? One man saying that over and over. Funny K music. And the funny K music, boy. Ting. 242 multiplied by the cos of 29. It's 211.6 or 0.7 kilometers. So it's 211.7 kilometers due south. Anybody get this? Or anywhere around that? All right, so that was a tough one for y'all. Yeah, this was probably kind of hard to understand what they was asking for. Calculate how far due south. How far due south? Yeah, that's not angle, that distance. This is a distance they want you to find. How much due south? Last question. Let's go. Now, most people get this one wrong, so this was the hardest question in the paper. Surprisingly, I get the least amount of yes on this one. Most people get, and by this time, your time real low, so you don't have time to think. Okay, so calculate the matrix. Hopefully, you all jump to this because the kind of videos and effort I put into matrices, everybody's supposed to just know this. Matrix product, row by column, 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 row by column. It's a long multiplication, boy. They come in real breathless for -2. You could actually do this on your calculator too. I show on a couple videos on this channel already. Ting. This is a 2-way curving. Ting. Right, so let's do this. This is a 2x2 by a 2x3. So because these two numbers are the same, we can multiply, and it means that you're going to get a 2x3 as the answer. I'm just checking through the comments here. So you're going to get a matrix looking like this. So this is the mother, this is the father. This child here going to start to look like his father, right? Unless the mother is the fat person. The heavy person. 5 by, so this row by this column will give me this spot. So I'm just going to speed through this. 10 plus 0, hopefully I make no mistakes. 5 plus 12. -20 plus 24. You understand that? 5 by -4 and then 4 by 6. That's how you're doing it. That's the tops. Now we're going to do the bottoms. -6 plus 0. -3 minus 6. Okay, -3 minus 6. 12 minus 12. Okay, and now we add it up. You all got this? 10, -6. If you remember what you get here, real good boy. 4. You all got that? So what I'll do is I'll post the solutions up and I'll show everybody, then share around this paper in the groups and thing. For sure, it in the student hub Discord or something, students then share around this, teachers, principal, whoever. your auntie, your uncle at the paper. But the solutions, I'll post it on our website soon. So www.kerwinspringer.com. I have all the solutions actually for past papers there. That was 2 marks. State why the two matrices are conformable for multiplication. Well, the number of columns in the first matrix, I have this on my channel in quite a few places, is equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. So when the number of columns in the first matrix is equal to the number of rows, it's conformable for multiplication. Inverse, what the inverse of this guy? 5, 4, -3, -2. There's a way to do this on the calculator as well, but I mean, that's so easy. Let's go to that. So this is in the form A, B, C, D, where the determinant of, let A be equal to that. The determinant of A is AD minus BC. So that's these two multiply minus these two multiply. So that's -10 minus -12. So we get a nice determinant here, man. You get determinant of 2. You all get this determinant here? 2. And then the adjoint. If there's any mistakes that I made in this whole video, like any number or anything, I would I post it in the comment and pin it, right? Because there's a chance that maybe I do an arithmetic wrong or something wrong on the calculator. I'm not perfect. So if that happened, I mean, I don't make no mistakes, so that's going to happen. That's not going to happen. The adjoint of A is equal to DA negative B negative C. Just this negative sign indicates that we need to switch. So this is going to be -2, 5, 3, -4. And therefore, A inverse is 1 over the determinant by the adjoint. This is how we do it for CSEC. 1 over 2 by -2, -4, -3, 5. So this is cool. To be a little more precise with it, we could divide everything by 2. We'll get -1, -2, -3 over 2, and 5 over 2. That good? And again, -2 for the determinant. No. This negative and negative will bounce up and make a positive. So again, -10 plus 12 is +2. I feel like that good. I good with that. Let me go on. So vectors. We're into the last part of the last question here. Well, second to last part of the last question. The diagram below shows triangle OAB. This vector is looking real tired, boy. OA is R. OB is S. I went in Tobago like 5 years ago, and the person, 4 years ago, so the person I stay by. One is OO and one is AA. That's the name. OO and AA. Anyhow, OA is R, OB is S, right? In addition, E is the midpoint of CD. Why that's so convoluted? And OC is 3/4 of the way from OA. And AD is 2/3 of AB. Wow! This is not the question you want to see when you have 5 more minutes to go. This is not the question you want to see. Okay, but CD, right, in terms of R and S, in the simplest form, an expression for CD, and then even give you a little easy one to slide into to begin with. Okay, CD. How? But how? So this whole thing is R. C to D, we can go this way and then go that way. I think that's the best. So C to A, let me just take a little glimpse up there again. C to A is 1/4 of the way, right? So C to D is really the same as C to A plus A to D. But C to A is a quarter of the way. A quarter of this whole R. So a quarter R plus A to D. A to D is 2/3 of AB. So 2/3 of the way. This is the, oh Lord. We don't know what this is. We don't know this. We know nothing for this yet, Alia. Alia, tell me that. All right, we need to find what AD is first. AD is negative R plus S. Alia, agree with that? To go from A to D, or A to B, sorry. I need to find what A to B is, right? Because I want to find 2/3 of it. 2/3 of AB. To go from A to B, I need to go down this one. So again, negative R plus S. So that's first things first. Now I could say 2/3 of negative R plus S. So this is a quarter R minus 2/3 R plus 2/3 S. A quarter minus 2/3 is how much, boy? Negative 1/12. A quarter minus, no, negative 3/12. 2/3 is how much? Negative 5/12. However, negative 5/12 plus 2/3 S. Oh. Damn. That rough, boy. Right in terms of RNS in the simplest form. Wow. Find that rough, boy. CD is negative 5. I can double check this. Two marks, so no tricks. And OE, O to E. E is half. We have the way, right? So OE is the same as OC plus CE. But CE is half of CD, which we just find, right? We just find CD is this thing here. God. The real beating a little in fractions in this one. So CD is a half of this negative 5/12 R plus what was something 2/3 S. 2/3 S. And OE will be what I want to say. OC will be 3/4 of the way. 3/4 R plus half just mean multiply the denominators by 2 plus negative 5/24 R plus, wow, I need to check over this one, but it's getting ridiculous. I never see it so before. 2/6S. So sleep, you will be second guessing yourself for this one. Yep. Hey, no. What happened there? Oh, okay. 13 on 24 R plus 2/6 S. Well, 2/3 or 2/6. 2/6 is 1/3. Yeah, because half. 1/3 S. That was no vibes. Anybody get this one? And that's how you get how much you get. That's how you get. I find this was the weirdest vectors question in a very long time. If that was the actual answer, I feel like I do it correct. I could double check again. So CD is 1/4 the way, and then 2/3 of the way. This is the way. Right. 1/4. Right. Everything there looking good, enough. Quarter. Yeah. So some people, some of the tappies saying, yeah, thing and this quarter minus the 2/3 start to get ecstatic there because it's R's now, so you need to group up the like terms, and then CE is half. So which tells you that they could go You're feeling to go real. Whoever in charge of vectors in CXC want to go all ecstatic and thing. OQR have the coordinates. OQR, right? No, this just is a completely new thing. This is just a completely new thing. This is 3 easy marks. 1, 2, 3. 3 easy marks. So write OR as a column vector. Well, the OR as a column vector. Just find the coordinates of R. So this is negative 1, 4. So you should definitely watch this question and make sure and do this question because this is 3 easy marks. OR is equal to negative 1. This is be the easiest question in CXC, negative 1, 4. Right? And negative 1, 4 as a column vector. Cool. And determine QR, Q to R, the magnitude. Have many ways you could do this. You could even make the triangle and find the hypotenuse itself. You understand? This squared, this squared. I feel like that might actually be the best way. Another way you could do it, everybody do it. QR, what do you say? R to Q or Q to R? QR, the magnitude of QR. RQ is the magnitude, so it don't matter which one you do. So you could go ahead and find QR is equal to OR minus OQ, which is negative 1, 4 minus 5, 2. Negative 1, 4 minus 5, 2. Okay. So this is negative 6 and 2. Yeah, that makes sense. So you go back 6, go up 2, right? And the magnitude of QR, you square both sides. You square both x and y, square root of them. So this is the square root of 36 and 4, square root of 40. So this is the 2 root 10. 2 root 10. If you put this in your calculator, you should get 2 root 10. 2 root 10, yeah. Square root of 40. 2 root 10. And that brings us to the end of the maths paper. How you all feel you do? You feel like rating percentage, how much you get here? So if I need to give this a general consensus, it was a longer than usual exam, but an easier than usual exam. Anything new come? Nothing new come. Nothing new off the syllabus or really where it came. I think the vectors, let me just take a quick recap. Tell you what was weird. This was good. This was good. Percentage increase. Nothing new there. This first question was easier than usual. Ratio, easy stuff. Algebra, they didn't bring no simultaneous. Strange. That's very strange. No simultaneous really in this paper. So if you really push algebra, I mean, algebra was there a lot, but not in the classical sense, how it usually comes. This was easy. The early thing was a little tie up. You need to know how to form expressions really good. But it wasn't that terrible. This is simple tricks. Simple tricks always come. This transformation, this was decent. This was actually easy in my book. The two lines meet. That's not had something here tricky. The scale factor half, not usual, not that usual. This coordinate geometry was much easier than normal coordinate geometry. This was a little harder than usual, but nothing on that you can't do. The functions part. This had minor little tricks in them, but it was easier than the normal statistics question. I just letting you all know. I'm sorry if you hear me say the word easier a couple of times, but it was actually easier than the normal statistics question. This was pretty decent too. Probability. This was like a game actually. This was tough, but this you're warned. This measurement thing is their favorite. This they love this, right? And they give you a show that part of it, so you could double check and know that you're going correct. This last part take time. This last part here, Farmer Brown part, that take time, boy. I ain't gonna lie. In fact, it take like 5 times as much. This one was really easy like this, but I'm not too sure. I find the answer that I get for this was very suspicious. Double check the answer for that, but I think it was this was the one of the easiest number sevens in a while. Very simple. Even this part, which they normally make really tricky, wasn't that tricky, so that was easy. Everybody's saying paper one, but I can't do paper ones, you know, multiple choice copyright thing. B flow. This was a easier than usual inequality. Easier than usual inequality. This was easier than usual quadratic. So number 8 was easier than usual. It was longish because they had to draw plenty graphs. Number 9, I find this circle geometry was a little easier than usual. It was unorthodox how it looking, but when you take your time, it's a little easier than usual. But by here, people starting to run out of time and gone into panic mode. The bearings and all was easier than usual, except for this piece. This was a new kind of thing. So I feel this, based on when I was doing it, most people got this one wrong. Most people got this one wrong, but this is normally easier than how it comes to bearings. Normally, you had to overthink in bearings. That was easy. A different style of multiplication. So there was some difference, but the difference was easy. But if you are a math student who learn this method, simultaneous, that method, and you have all your methods, but you don't really understand the maths too good, they could like see a little bit in this because they try to bring in new things, but easy new things. State why the two matrices is easy. This always comes. Determining inverse, that inverse was the sweetest thing ever. This was rough. This was one of the hardest vectors question in a while, especially how it went really weird with the fractions. I and all would double check this because that went really weird with the fractions, but not too bad. Not too bad. This was just free marks. This was just a breather. So I'm hoping that, and if you don't know that now, always look for the little easy questions when you're running out of time that I can just speed through and do somewhere and keep that, you know. Don't waste time fighting up with this time run out, and you could just rush down and get these 3 marks here real simple. Modulus means the distance and that kind of thing. So overall, a easier than usual paper. Take some time, so you needed to not run out of time. 1 or 2 tricks in between, but students shouldn't have much to complain about. This could have been much worse. And let me tell you something, as a math teacher, every time I post on Instagram after CSEC, how was math? 60 to 70 to 80% of the people say hard. So I accustomed with that. If they say it was really hard, terrible, and everybody's saying terrible and hard, that is when I know it was really hard. But based on what I see, the response was better than like maybe the last 2 or 3 years. So this year, the paper 2 wasn't as terrible as like June before. All right, so love and blessings. And this is good. Those who get below 40% shouldn't give up. You did not fail, but you just saw your mistakes. Well, yeah, you did fail. I mean, we try to be positive and say these things, but you need to be realistic too. You did fail, and it's okay. It's okay to fail. The first time I did add maths in school, the first exam I did in school during the midterm and thing, fat 0. You can look that up in my channel to see the story behind that. But yes, maths is one of these subjects that have a way of making you feel dumb if you do bad. God, them getting it out and then again it like I'm missing something where maths is concerned, or maths don't like me, or I don't like maths, or I just can't learn maths. You can feel so, but everybody could get it. If you could get a few questions out in this, you could get everything out if you put the time. If you put the time and the effort. So let me just leave with saying that my 3rd maths class is about to be filled, and let me give you the number to WhatsApp if you want to join that class or any class in the student hub. We have all CSEC, all Cape. All here, I'm going to use my fancy board here, so watch this. Number is +1868. That's the Trinidad area code, and 4723952. Oh, you all see Nadi. You see not good. Maybe I need to make myself bigger. Maybe I just need to be the whole screen. That number there. Right? This is the student hub. This is just a register in the student hub. That's not my phone number. I say WhatsApp this and you get me, you talk to me, you wouldn't see me. When you hear me, that's an admin number. So that's the number to WhatsApp the student hub. Javish, you could change the number to this because the number that you have there right now is pretty filled with messages. So we have another admin working on this number here. So you can WhatsApp that number to join any class in the student hub and they will take you through the whole registration process. It's $200 a month. And we are preparing students for exams. Next year, we have SEA classes, CSEC classes, CAPE classes, any subject you could think about. It's $200 TT a month. So, best online school in the Caribbean. I teach the maths, the physics, the art maths, and we have really nice teachers. You could go and check out the Student Hub on Instagram, at the Student Hub on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram now. I'll probably leave this live just showing you what's going on. I'm going to jump to my Instagram now and see the comments there. Like what people say in the exam. Also, how you feel now that you know the solutions? You could have do it. You're feeling like you could have do it, right? So this is my Instagram. At Kerwin Springer. People only asking me to do the paper one. I can't. If I could, I would have. I can't, right? Not that I can't do it, but the paper one is supposed to be something that no one in the Caribbean has. I'm going to read some of the comments and pin them on the chat just now. So you can follow me on Instagram, and this is the Student Hub on Instagram. Lots and lots and lots of good stuff on the Student Hub, keeping you up to date on everything exam. Keep parents, if you're listening, check the Student Hub out. Sign up for our classes. Best thing ever. Okay, so can someone tell me how much to do it over? Somebody can write the course. It differs from country to country in terms of the currency exchange rate. What percent is a grade 2? We don't know. The last year, the percent for grade 2 was in the 90s or something. The percent for grade 2 is normally based on my just analyzing students from across the Caribbean and what they say they get and how much they do and that kind of thing. It's be somewhere around between high 50s, low 70s%, somewhere around there when you add up, when you tally up your whole percent. Yeah, so like between 60 and 70% grade 2, somewhere around there. When you're doing paper one, I can't do paper one. The paper one multiple choice, you're not supposed to do it. 91 to 95 should be a distinction, but the distinction is when they say they get A's in all profile, right? It's not official CXC term, but it's a term that everybody's used. It more hinges on that you didn't lose too much marks in each profile. So once you cover each profile and you do well in each profile, you'll get A's in all the profile. 75% overall should be a 1. Should be. It also is hinged onto how well the whole region do it, because CXC say they don't mark on a curve, but basically when we check the evidence, curve, right? So the grade boundaries switch from year to year. They will never, they never admit what the grade boundaries is because they are not nice people. But they never admit what the grade boundaries are, but they should. We should know because the whole Caribbean paying for that. And I hope some politician bring that up in an election and I could put my X on the party. Somebody say we fail you, Master Cohen, send us to the gulag. If you watch these solutions and you find you do bad, this is the Instagram to look to, right? So let me just bring it up. If you watch these solutions and you find you do bad, don't worry. No worry, you could always repeat. I wasn't seeing Denel name much. Denel, how it was. Message me not Denel. Is he what you're talking about? Is he don't make my heart drop here now? When the AdMats live coming, as soon as I get some time again, but for the remainder of this week, I'll be extremely busy in the Student Hub. I mean, I have a good bit of stuff on AdMats out there. Yeah, you could still pull back in with a grade 1 with the paper 1. And so let me just say, the two, what I noticed, you have 3 papers, right? One is 50, one is 30, and one is 20%. So that is your paper 2, the bulk of the marks. Paper 1 has a good bit of percent. And paper 3, right? Your SBA or SBA. So if you get 20% in your SBA, you don't have a massive advantage. Massive. That's why SBA is so good. 20% or 18% between 18 and 20. And if you get like 50, between 50 and 60, between 50 and 60 correct in the paper 1, in a pretty good position. It means you already have nearly 50% of the marks. So even if you only get half of the stuff correct in this, you'll get 25 plus, let me say you got 14, that you still get overall 65%, even if you get half of the stuff wrong in this. That's a 2. That's a grade 2 thereabouts, right? There's some rough calculations. No one knows really the actual thing. So, okay, are we doing geography tonight? And the student hub, yeah. And I think the student hub has geography lessons going on right now. Erin, Attack on Titans coming here. I feel like get 15 in paper 1. How much I feel like I got correct in the paper 1? Paper 3 is Friday. Can I pull off something before Friday? That'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow, I just real busy earlier. But I have if you search on YouTube, Cohen Springer paper 3, you will see real videos on the paper 3. Somebody said they get 16. Yeah, out of 60. So you can kind of gauge up your mark like that. It is 6. Okay, people. So I think it's time for me to bust out. It's time for me to take my leave. Nice little session here. Wait, this didn't even take the full time to do the and I was explaining along the way, and this live is only 2 hours and 12 minutes. So this was easier than usual maths paper. Easier than usual. Sorry to say, it was easier than usual maths. And I'm sorry to say, but I know some people may not want to hear me say that now, but it was easier than usual maths paper. All right, people. Later, you can just ask people from the year before when they see the maths paper, or go and watch the papers from the year before and compare it and honestly and see. We outside. Blessings, love, and blessings.